Have you ever walked away from a conversation thinking, wait a second, did I just agree to something I didn't even want? That wasn't an accident. That was psychology being used against you. Today, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful tricks people use to control your mind without you even realizing it. And once you know them, you'll start seeing them everywhere. Trick number 1, the guilt trap. The first one is called the guilt trap. You know that feeling when someone says, after everything I've done for you, you can't even do this one thing? That's not a request, it's manipulation. Instead of asking directly, they use your emotions against you. For example, imagine a friend asking for money. You hesitate, but then they remind you of that one time they helped you. Suddenly, you don't feel free to decide, you feel obligated. Let me ask you this. Have you ever said yes to something just to avoid feeling guilty? Remember this, guilt is the most expensive currency. It buys control at the cost of your freedom. Trick number 2 is the illusion of scarcity. Our brain is wired to believe that if something is rare, it must be valuable. And manipulators use this against us. For example, you're shopping online, and suddenly you see only 2 items left in stock. Or someone says, this opportunity will never come again. You panic and act without thinking. Be honest. How many times have you rushed into a decision just because you thought time was running out? Here's a truth to remember. Scarcity makes us chase what we don't even need. Trick number 3. Trick number 3 is subtle but deadly. It's the silent treatment. One of the most powerful psychological weapons is not saying anything at all. When someone deliberately ignores you, it makes you desperate for their attention. For example, in relationships, this shows up when one person suddenly goes cold. No texts, no calls. You start questioning yourself. Did I do something wrong? And before you know it, you're changing your behavior just to win their attention back. Let me ask you, have you ever bent over backwards just to get someone to stop ignoring you? Always remember this line. Silence is not empty. It's full of control. Trick number 4, the foot in the door technique. The 4th trick is one you've definitely experienced. It's called the foot in the door technique. This one works by starting small. They ask for something tiny first, and once you agree, they slowly escalate. For example, a coworker asks, "Can you help me for just 5 minutes?" You agree. Next time, it's an hour. And before you know it, you're basically doing their work. Have you noticed how saying yes once makes it harder to say no later? Remember this, the smallest yes can grow into the biggest mistake. And finally, trick number 5, fear of disapproval. Humans are wired to hate rejection. Manipulators use this by making you fear their disappointment. It could be a subtle look, a sigh, or a comment that makes you crave their approval. For example, imagine sharing your dream and someone smirks. Really? You think you can do that? Instantly, self-doubt takes over, and you shrink back. Think about it. How many of your choices have been influenced because you didn't want to look foolish in front of someone else? Never forget, the need for approval is the fastest way to hand over your power.